For the ladies who could not make it, we are recording this. I believe it makes you hit okay. Good evening. Good evening. This is our October virtual monthly meeting for Friendship Mixers. Our topic tonight is open forum. So there is no set topic. Usually we come with the topic already prepared. And I do have two things I do want to talk about, but for the most part, it'll be open to whatever you guys want to talk about as far as friendships. I usually start with a little bit about our organization. We are a multicultural women's organization. We are not a meetup, but we advertise on Meetup just for a certain time in your area because we want to let ladies where you are know about us. We are currently in 5 cities: DC area, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Charlotte. Did I miss? I might have missed one. It might be 6 areas. And we're growing, ever growing. But we have tribes, which are groups within our larger organization. And some of our tribes are Bible study, natural hair care, everything from overcoming health challenges, because we know some of you out there are dealing with different medical issues, to even aging gracefully. And we have a knitting tribe. Pretty much anything you can think of, we have in our group. So that's a little bit about us. And we also like to open it up to hear more about you guys, because we understand that women feel most supported when they are seen and heard. So we like to give a time where you can just share a little bit about yourselves and what's going on in your life. And then we also take time, usually at the end, to have one-on-one breakouts so that you can actually meet someone from this group and have a few minutes with her just to get to know her better. So we have a small group tonight, but hopefully a few more will also come on 7:04. And I would like to open it up to you guys. Please tell us where you're from and where you're currently living, because I know that's not always the same place. What kind of work you do, and what you like to do for fun. What are some of your hobbies or interests or things that you like to do? I'll start. I'm originally from California, but I now live in the Washington, D.C. area. Oh, and I just came back from Italy, the Amalfi Coast. It was fabulous. I was there 10 days. We'll have our travel meeting at one point so people can share pictures of where they've gone and some of the destinations that they've been to. And I'll bring my pictures from Positano, Amalfi, Maori, Minori, and Satara of Italy. I work in fundraising for a university in the Baltimore area. And I have an RV. So one of the things that I like to do is camp out in my RV. It's actually at a campground. They have lots of activities, 3 pools, a golf course, and a whole bunch of stuff at the campground. But when I go there, I just like to chill in my RV, catch up on some TV and movies, and sit by my lake, because it is right there on a beautiful small lake. I also like sweet wine festivals, jazz festivals, other outdoor activities like that. I like to read fiction, mainly psychological thrillers and suspense. Those are the kind of movies I like too, psychological thrillers and suspense. I'm an A-lister with AMC, so I can go to the movies whenever I want. And I am seeing someone. I was married, I'm divorced 4 years now, but I am dating a nice guy currently, and I'll tell the single ladies tribe that we have when we get together. I'll tell you guys more about him. So that's me. Joy, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Joy Sanders. How are you? Hi, Kiki. You look so well rested after that lovely trip to Italy. Can you hear me okay?
You're actually a little low, so if you could speak up or
Oh,
turn up. Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Let
thanks.
me try to adjust the volume. Okay, is that better? Okay, I turned it all the way up. Okay, hi, my name is Joy. I live in the Metro Atlanta area, in the Snellville area, just kind of east school with my sister. I do for my work. And hobbies that I have, I am just a general hobbyist. So I love everything from archery to doing pottery to hosting meetups to reading. So kind of a girl who just likes to try different things. And I love to travel.
Yes, I know you have taught some classes on making apple butter and all kinds of stuff. I love that. We missed what you do. You faded out, but I know that you run a school, and I think you said with your sister. We heard with your sister, but we didn't hear exactly what you guys were doing. But it's a private school, right?
Right. It's a private Montessori school, and they are preschool through elementary students.
Got it. Thank you. All right. Who else would like to share a little bit about themselves? Faith, would you like to? You were the first one on. Ah, you're muted. We can't hear you. I see your mouth moving.
I'm trying to unmute myself. Is that better? Okay, I said my name is Faith and I live in Atlanta, right off of Buford Highway. And I was just saying that I met Joy before. I met her at an event. And hey, Joy, nice to see you again. um, I want to be creative, but I don't know how to do anything. I enjoy karaoke, so I go every Tuesday to karaoke, and that's kind of my outlet. Um, and I do sing too. When I go, I don't just sit there, but I like um, I like traveling as well. I work in hospitality, so um, that works for me, and I'm desperately trying to get my health in order. So while I'm sitting here on this call, I really should have been to the gym already, but I have not gone. I was off today and had so much time to do it and didn't do it. So maybe after we finish talking, maybe I'll go for a walk. So um, that's really pretty much it. So
Thank you. So what's your go-to karaoke song?
oh, I like them. I look. Um, probably. Well, I'll tell you what I sung last week. I sung "Whip Appeal" and "Ain't No Sunshine." Hmm.
Love it, love it. I wish that I was bold enough to do karaoke. I would
Hmm.
love to do karaoke, but I always chicken out.
Oh,
That's
well.
great. So you mentioned working out. So one of the things we also do here at Friendship Mixers is we work out together at noon, just 30 minutes,
Hmm. I
motivated
see
to
that, but
move.
I see that, and I should try to do that when I'm off. But I guess when I'm off, I don't see I don't see it because I'm not in the actual
We
group.
did
I'm
it
just on the
today.
meetup.
Okay, you're right. I don't always post it on the meetups. I will post next Monday. So try to
Hmm.
join us Monday if you can.
Okay.
We're going to do it tomorrow too, and it'll be the same Zoom. So if you
Hmm.
remember at noon, if you'll be at work probably,
And you
but
guys always do it during the day, though? You don't have a
we
night
always
session?
do it at noon to
Okay.
12:30 at this point.
Gotcha.
But we are looking for someone that can run a 30-minute video at a different time. So far,
Hmm.
nobody has stepped up to do that. So, but we are
Hmm.
open to having it different times. So far, 12 has worked out for the group of
Okay.
us that do it.
Okay. That sounds
Thank
good.
you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Who wants to go next? And for those of you that just joined on, we are just sharing a little bit about ourselves, where we're from, where we're currently living, what we do for work, if you want to share that, and then what you'd like to do, hobbies or interests. So who would like to go next?
I will.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Isley. I just moved. I'm actually in Bremen, Georgia. Not sure if anybody knows where that is. It's not too far from Carrollton. Well, it's far from everything, but we're about 23 minutes away from Alabama. My wife, myself, and our three kids just moved here from Norfolk, Virginia. My wife just got out of the military, so we are transitioning. Well, we have transitioned to civilian life, and we're trying to get used to it. We wanted to move closer to Atlanta. We tried to buy homes in Lawrenceville. Is it Suwanee? Suwanee?
Wani, yeah.
Yes, we tried to buy homes down there back in April. The housing market was horrible. I'm sure everybody
Yeah.
knows. So we
Mhm.
ended up getting a home out here in Bremen, an hour away from the city. And we are in our early 30s. So we still like to go out and have a good time. So we literally drive an hour out to the city when we do decide to go out. It is extremely taxing. So,
Mm.
with me being new out here and trying to make friends. I work for Humana and I work from home. So my wife also works from home. So we don't get the opportunity to like make friends at work, with coworkers. We're also both in school, but we're in school online. And again, you can't really make friends there either. So we try to go out and, find LGBT friendly places, but I don't know. We're still trying to get acclimated out here. So, in our spare time, as of right now, being out here, we spend time with our children. We have two dogs and we like to go out. My wife likes to dance. I like to sing. We haven't found a karaoke place to go to yet. Um, but yeah, that's my life over here in Bremen.
All right. Well, welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you.
I see the picture with the little baby.
Yes,
Is so
that
cute.
is, thank you. That's our youngest. That's Alexandria. We had her, well, she's getting ready to be two. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
time is flying. We had her during the pandemic. She was a pandemic baby.
Mhm.
And then we have two older ones. We have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old, a girl and a boy. So,
Teens. Oh,
so
wow. You
we
have like
are having.
teenagers and then you started over. 2-year-old.
Exactly. I know.
Oof.
It was, yeah, knee-jerk decisions, but and the
Nice.
sad part is you don't really know um what the donors are like. So this baby is giving us a run for our money. She is she is a
Interesting.
hurricane. So
Oh.
yeah, and then our oldest one, our 14-year-old, she's like drama central. We can't wait for her to like leave the house and go with her friends because she talks too much. She's so loud and obnoxious. And our son, bless his heart, he's so sweet, but boy, mm, ain't got a lick of sense. So, well,
Too funny. Okay. That's hilarious. Wow.
Bless the folks with the
I
kids.
like the 2-year-olds. I volunteer now at church to help out with the children because I don't have any children, but sometimes I want that baby fix, just to be around some kids. So I just started this Sunday and I asked for the youngest, but they didn't actually have any 18-month though. We started 18 months at my church. I was surprised because there's no nursery anymore. I guess things have just really changed after the pandemic. So I was with the 3-year-olds and they are a handful too, but I only do it once a month. So
oh
I
yeah,
applaud
little
you
ones are a
parents out
hot
there that
mess.
do it 24/7. Oh gosh. Okay.
Mm. And we don't
Oh,
have to do childcare because we both work from home. So we're with this
oh,
little girl all day
all
long.
day.
Yes. And then remember during the pandemic, we had a brand new baby, and then the other two that were doing school from home. So, oh goodness, it was a hot mess express.
Mhm. Yeah, I really felt for the parents during the pandemic. That was crazy. But you survived it. Yay. All right. Thank you so much, Isley. Great. Welcome, welcome. All right. Beth, would you like to share? Hey, Beth.
Hello, just had to unmute. I'm Beth. I'm from originally from a tiny little village in dairy country in upstate New York, and now I live in Boston. What do I like to do? Well, I like rowing, although I didn't do it this summer because of a broken wrist, and knitting, and I'm just kind of getting back to that as my wrist gets better, although I was able to knit some with a cast on. I like I hang out with my partner, Bill, and we just came back from Philadelphia celebrating my sister had like a big birthday, and it would have been bigger except my brother and his partner came from Martha's Vineyard, and she tested positive for COVID. So, so the rest of the family didn't show up. But it was great getting together with family, even like briefly. What else do I? I'm learning to write children's books, and I'm picture books, and I'm also learning German. And after we finish here, I'm going to my online German conversation class. So that's a little bit. Oh, what I do for a living, I'm retired. I used to teach at the college level, gender and ethnicity in like a context of history. So that's the capsule version of me.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for sharing. I did mention that I just came back from Italy. I would like to learn Italian because I would
Yeah.
like to go back to Italy, especially the Amalfi Coast where I just was for about 3 months. And then you can stay without a visa and without, any issues for up to 3 months, pretty much anywhere. So I would like to do that in Italy, but I would definitely need to know more Italian if I was going to stay there for that length of time.
Yeah. Oh, what a great plan.
Oh, I would like to do 3 months there and 3 months in Playa del Carmen. The rest of the time, 6
Where's
months,
Playa del
could be
Carmen?
here, Mexico,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's actually the East Coast and instead of the West Coast of Mexico.
Mhm.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
I love
that.
traveling. That's another thing. I love.
And that's something that most of us have in common, travel.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Who else would like to share a little bit about themselves? Don't be shy. It's a small group tonight, so it's just a couple of us. We just want to know a little bit more about you.
Okay. I'll go next. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
We both unmuted at the same time. My name is Tracy, and I live here in Maryland. I'm in Southern Maryland, work in the district. I have 2 adult sons and 2 grandkids that are the apple of my eye, of course. They just suck up my paycheck every time I get paid. They're 8 and 1. So I enjoy traveling. I enjoy wine tasting. I definitely enjoy going to different restaurants for different types of cuisine. I love the movies. I'm also an AMC card holder, right? So that's about it. I'm looking for, just getting out with some other ladies and doing different things and, just kind of exploring different things because there's so much to do in the DMV that people don't realize, So those are some things that I'd like to get involved in and, getting maybe a travel club or something like that. So that's me.
Awesome. Well, we're doing South Africa next October. So if you haven't been there, or if that's on your list, then sign up for our trip. The information for that is on my travel website, which is girlfriendstravel.org. So South Africa has been on my list forever. So I'm glad I'm finally going to hit there. You know what I'm doing? Speaking of the DMV, before we hear from you, Renee, my church singles group is going on a hayride, bonfire / corn maze. So it's one of those fall festival type things. I've never done that either, but it's on November 5th. So if you also want to join us for that, it costs $18 to get into the fall festival. And then those are the things that we're doing: the hayride, the bonfire, and the corn maze, which apparently is some big maze that is difficult to get out of, but we'll do it. All right, go ahead, Renee.
Oh. Hi, everyone. So I'm actually in Atlanta, Georgia, and I am a tax analyst by occupation. And I've pretty much done that line of work for about 10 to 12 years. I work for an accounting firm here in Atlanta. Basically, I've been in Georgia, or Atlanta, I should say, for about 12 years, but I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I don't have any kids, pretty much single. Work is my life for the most part. My work is very hectic, so I tend to spend a lot of my time in front of the computer working, or I'm also a grad student at Georgia State University. So if I'm not working, I'm taking class, or I'm studying, or I'm doing boring things that are not fun. So outside of that, pretty much introvert. I try to get out as much as I can. Hobbies of mine, things that I do like to do, is get outdoors as much as I can when the weather is nice. I do like to garden. I don't have an outdoor garden, but I have little containers, pots, with a couple of plants. I'm down to 3 of them right now. So, I'll do that to get away from my desk. Family, I'm pretty much on the weekends. I'm at my parents, just hanging out with them, spending time with them, barbecues, shopping, basic things. So, yeah. My life is not all that exciting right now, unfortunately, but yeah, it has its moments. So, yeah.
Great. Okay, thanks for sharing.
No problem.
All right, anybody else want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Angel or Michelle? All right, you don't have to. Oh, Angel, go ahead.
I was Bambi a few minutes ago. Anybody caught that? So, but I'll be Angel tonight. But yeah, so I'm in the DMV area. I go to Zion Church and had a really phenomenal time with some of the ladies on was that Friday? I can't remember. Friday, Saturday at a gospel conference concert. And so yeah, I have a daughter. She's 19 years old. And what I like to do, what I do for a living is an IT, I'll try to say IT engineer. The titles have changed. I've been in the field for some time now, 30 plus years and counting, I guess. So I've been in the field for a while, computers. So the titles change depending on what I'm doing, but it's basically in computers. And what I like to do is I like to do arts and craft. and I love. So I'm trying to get back into that. I love to sew and love the movies. So and what else I like to do? I like to garden when I get a chance to do that. And yeah, I like to. I used to host events, but I hadn't done that in who knows when. But I love to. I used to be a part of the church that I came from, their events coordination and conferences. So that's where I got that bent from. So yeah, love to do that. Hopefully in the next few years, I'm ready to retire soon. I'll get back to being able to do that and host birthday parties, decorate the whole nine. I love to do that. So small groups primarily, but yeah, I'd like to do something like that in the future. So that's a little bit about me. I'm not a super active person, but I'm definitely going to take you up on that exercise and see if I can squeeze that in on 12 no. So that's a little bit about me.
Great. And I'm glad you said you like the movies, because we are going to do here in the DMV, we're going to do Black Panther next month. I know it starts in November, so I can't believe it's almost November already. Time, the end of the year is always flies by. So this is almost the end of October. November and December are like that. Blink your eye and it'll be 2023. So yes, I'll be posting. If I didn't already post it, I will be posting the Black Panther showtime soon. Great. And yes, join us for the exercise any day. We actually do it Monday through Thursday. A different person leads it almost each day. So I lead on Mondays, and then Curlay will be back soon to do Tuesdays. I'll do it tomorrow since she's not back yet. So yes, join us any day. Same Zoom ID as this, and it's just 12 to 12:30. All right. Anybody else want to share? We're just sharing a little bit about ourselves, what we like to do, any hobbies we have.
Hi, my name
Hi,
is
Sharon.
Sharon. I'm new to the group, so I just wanted to introduce myself. I live in Georgia. I live in Winder, Georgia, which is northeast of Atlanta. I'm closer to Athens than Atlanta. So I just wanted to, you know, get on and be a part of what you guys or ladies are doing, or both. I am pretty low key right now. An empty nester. Kids are all grown and moved out. I work from home. I'm in HR. And so I'm kind of looking for ways to kind of reinvent myself, meeting new people, positive people. So that's kind of the reason of me kind of trying to get involved in the group. So
Great. Well, welcome. You Georgia people showed up tonight. Woohoo. That's awesome. Joy is doing an excellent job there. I know she comes up with some great ideas, great events. So kudos, Joy. Woohoo. All right. So today is open forum. Usually we have a friendship topic, and sometimes we even have a video clip or an article that we're supposed to read beforehand that is about a specific friendship topic. But today I thought I would just leave it open and see what's going on with you guys in friendships. How are your friendships going? Are there any issues? I mentioned that I just came back from Italy. And on the plane there, because it is a long plane ride, I did binge watch the new Sex and the City. And when Sex and the City was out, I didn't really watch it. But after it was done, after the series went off, is when I started watching a few of the episodes. So there were several seasons of Sex and the City that I didn't see. But having said that, the new season that I binged watched is very different. They're older, they're 55. And unlike the original Sex in the City, where there were 4 of them. Those of you that haven't seen it, let me just share this. So, of course, it was always 4 of them, but and just like that, it's only 3 of them. Samantha is not a part of the cast. And what the storyline is that she and Carrie had a falling out. So they were in a work relationship. If anybody watched Sex and the City, they were Carrie and Samantha was her publicist. So there was a work relationship there. And apparently for this new series, Samantha was fired by Carrie. She decided she did not want to continue on with her as her publicist, and she let her go. And that ended the friendship. So things like that happen too, when you mix business and pleasure. So Carrie had been reaching out to Samantha, trying to repair the friendship, even though there was no longer a business relationship. And she would text her, she called her, and pretty much Samantha would not respond. So what do you guys think about that? It happens. I guess you can get your feelings hurt by something that's not even really related to your friendship, because it really was a business relationship. But how can you really separate the two? I guess you would take it very personally if you were doing something where you were making money with your friend and then you weren't. Has anybody ever had that happen? Where you were in a business partnership with someone who was a friend, or no one?
No.
All right. Well, apparently the show has been picked up for a 2nd season. And at the very end of the finale, Samantha does respond to one of Carrie's texts saying,
I'm glad you said that, because I just started watching it and I'm on like the 4th episode. So uh-huh.
I won't reveal everything. But yeah, she does say we can get together in Paris, because some things happen. There's a death, there's a divorce. I actually liked the show. They also have some more multicultural characters. I think they tried to hit everything as far as being multicultural. Let me show you. So the cast of Just Like That has a professor who's Black, a Black professor, and then a Middle Eastern woman who is Carrie's new friend. She's a realtor, so she helps Carrie find a deal with real estate issues. And then there's also Carrie's new boss, who is she's not transgender, but she's
non-binary.
yes, that's the word. Thank you. And then Charlotte has a friend who's also African American. So yeah, it's more diverse than the original show was, I will say. So I thought that was interesting.
Did the 2nd season start already?
No, but I did see that there will be a 2nd season, because I looked to make sure.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Will Marie. We just did introductions where we shared a little bit about ourselves and some of our interests, likes, hobbies. So why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. Well, first of all, I'm in the right Zoom call for today, right? The women's code?
No.
Wait.
That will be next Monday. Today we are just talking about a friendship topic as usual. We have our monthly.
Okay. Well, that's fine, because I was all ready to talk. I was so confused for a second. That's fine. So if I can introduce myself. I'm a little sick, so I apologize, hence the robe. My name is Wilma or Wilmarie. I am divorced, 2 adult kids, 2 granddaughters. My one granddaughter who's in the background, Miss Sophia Chanel. She is my little miracle baby. We almost lost her at 5 weeks. She's a product of shaken baby syndrome. And because of her, I am working towards starting a nonprofit. That's my passion. And I currently work now for Ernst & Young as a financial planner, but I have some side hustles as I want to start my own business. And I think we discussed this in a previous meeting. It's a challenge. I believe in therapy. I think we discussed this in a different group, and just got out of a 3.5-year relationship with a gentleman who, coincidentally enough, today's his birthday. And so today has been hard, and the fact that I'm sick too has made it even harder. I don't hear you for whatever reason. I don't know why. Do you hear me or? Oh, because I can't hear
Yes.
you. Oh, okay.
Yes,
So
I had myself muted while you were talking.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So that's me in a nutshell. My life right now is busy as I'm trying to maneuver my way through being single again, trying to be an entrepreneur, figuring myself out at 50, being in a place where I don't know where I belong anymore. Like I've lost myself along the way. So I'm trying to figure that out. But it's nice to meet everyone, and excuse the nasalness.
That is okay. I was in Italy last week and I actually developed a cold there.
Oh,
In Maori,
nice.
everybody was coughing in the hotel. I could hear them even at night. And then the next day I was also coughing. But it's finally, so that was last week. So finally today I haven't had a runny nose or anything. So I think it's finally almost gone.
Oh,
so
good.
Yeah,
Good.
no worries. Thank you for coming. And yes, Wilma was talking about the woman code, 20 Powerful Keys to Unlock Your Life by Sophia A. Nelson. We are doing this book. This is our book club selection. Remember I said how we have so many different tribes, which are just smaller groups of us within the larger organization. So we do have a book club. We have a wine lovers club, which hasn't met in a long while, but we learn about wine. But that's what the book club is meeting. So we will meet next Monday about that. And we are doing the second section. We covered the first section for our first meeting, and now we are on the second.
But I will say, if I may add, that if I don't know, I wasn't here to listen to everyone's introduction, but I do recommend this book, and I'm not just plugging it for the book club. Anyone who's like me, who's lost and trying to figure themselves out, and just if you're working on yourself and self-love, I recommend this book. It's a fast read, but it makes you stop and answer some really hard questions. And after I read this, I thank God that the next day I have therapy, because I discuss everything that I read, because it's just that self-realization. It's for me, it sucks, because it's that, it's self-realization. But it's a good way. It's a good
I'm glad you, okay, so I will post it in the meetups, because I didn't post, I posted it the last month, but I didn't post in the meetups next Monday's discussion. So thank you for reminding me. I'll do it tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. I wrote down that it was for today for some reason. I wrote
because I did say that last month. You're right.
Okay. Okay, so
I-
I wasn't.
Yes, but we usually have our monthly virtual meeting the first Monday of the month, but I was in Italy.
Okay.
So I didn't come
Everything
back
got
until
pushed.
last Monday, which was
All
too
right.
late to have the meeting. So I had to push it to this month. So we pushed the book club meeting back a week.
So I'm sorry that I just, pushed my way into this one. I'm so
Not at
sorry.
all. Not at all. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you joined us. We're just talking about friendship issues. Our monthly mixer is usually on a specific topic as far as friendships, but this time I left it open just to see if any of you had friendship issues, concerns, or questions that you wanted to share with the group. So does anybody have any friendship issues going on right now? Are all of your friendships going well?
I don't have any friends.
Or are you
And I-
that's an issue too, the challenge.
And
Yeah,
I'm
connecting
missing,
with
I'm
other
missing
women
some
is hard.
friends.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, it's hard to find women that you can connect with.
Absolutely.
I've tried it, and it's like it'll be okay for a minute, and then all of a sudden, personality clashes or whatever. Especially with us at this point, it's like you're basically you're not going to change at this point in your life, right?
Yeah.
So I've been, just kind of floating around trying to find a good fit and just trying to find some, some positive ladies that, are trying to make connections, Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I tried, and I talk about therapy a lot because ladies, I'm lost. I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess, and I'm trying to maneuver my way through, the whole going through menopause, and it's a lot. It's different. I empty nester, this, that, and the other. But you know what has been, aside from therapy, my church, the women's ministry, and again, I don't know, what anyone's beliefs in, but for me, that's helped me a lot because they also have a book club, but they also have like a hiking for the women ministry. So women that are on the same path or the same spiritual journey, once a month we go hiking, and that's helped me. But even that, as you were saying, it's, you start talking to someone, but then as time goes on, do you really have a lot in common, or the personalities change? And because we are set in our ways, we are, and so I find that to be hard, and it gets lonely. At least for me, I can say that honestly. I'm lonely. My
Yes.
son.
Oh my goodness. Loneliness. I told you I was going to tell you guys a little bit about some research that I found too, because I'm doing a presentation on the business of friendship and friendship as wellness, because loneliness is an epidemic. Did you know in other countries like the UK, they actually have a minister of loneliness? If you Google minister of loneliness, you'll see there's one for England, and Japan has one too. And it's because a lot of their employees have had
That sounds
issues.
like a love story or something, like a movie. Minister of love.
Right.
I saw that in a documentary or something that I was watching on TV, where or maybe it was a TED talk. I'm into a lot of that kind of stuff too, and they were talking about people being lonely and loneliness being an epidemic.
Yeah.
And I, in the past year, not due to COVID, but I've lost two of my really good friends. And they were older, and I tend to have some older friends, older people as friends, and I got some young friends too, but I mean, And so, and I was also, so not having them around. And then also, I used to be in a really good group before the pandemic, and that group hasn't come back together. And there was a lot of traveling, and we got together and had dinner a couple of times a month. So when you had to travel with these people, they weren't strangers, that you all of a sudden have to room with. And that was a really good idea. And I think I'm missing that. And I'm missing, just missing having friends to really do things with. I still have a few friends, people that I've been friends with for a really long time. But everybody, as you get older, people have families, they have things that they're doing, and think you don't always get to spend the kind of time. I'll be 50 next year. And I don't have any children, so I'm that one that's always ready to run around and go and do things and stuff. And my friends are like, "Girl, you doing too much. Sit down." I'm like, but if I stay at home, I get depressed. You don't understand. I can't be
Yeah.
left to my own devices.
No.
So that's been a challenge for me, and just trying to find the like someone said, the right positive people to be around, you know. And I can totally relate to the young lady that's saying that she's lost, because I'm a little lost as well. Like I
Yeah.
said, I want to be creative. I want a side hustle, but I have no idea what to do. You know, I'm not creative except for in my mind.
You know, and it's
So
funny
that part.
because I've always wanted, not to interject, but I've always wanted to do something. And during a meetup through Friendship Mixer, there was a guest speaker, and she was talking about it was about entrepreneurship, and actually women entrepreneurs. And I think I asked a question like, was there a site, a website that can help me determine what, would I be good at? So we started a very brief conversation, but based on that, I opened up about my granddaughter, and that's something that's been in me. And it's been maybe 3 weeks since we had this friendship mixer. And in 3 weeks, speaking to this woman I have never met before through here, I was so motivated. I found a company that is teaching me about nonprofit charity foundations. I have moved forward, and it's funny because there is a website that I found, and I think that I got it from Friendship Mixer, if I'm not mistaken, but it may help you as well to figure something out. And I'm just throwing that out to you because that's where I got, my oomph and the kick in the behind that I needed.
Right.
Yeah. For me,
Well, thank
it's
you
a
for
bit-
that. That's great. Oh, go ahead.
For me, it's a little different. I have friends that I've had for a very long time. I just have different age groups of friends. So I have friends that's more into their 50s and early 60s that don't really like to party. They just like to do like vacations and dinners. And then I have a younger group that they like to party. But for me, it's kind of like most people in my group, they're married now. My best friend lives in Florida. She's single, but she's not here. So I'm probably the only one in my group that's single. So everybody else is married or in a long-term relationship. So it's very hard to kind of get people to go when you want them to go. Now that I'm an empty nester and I can go when I want to, people aren't always readily available for you to do that. So that's just my gist. Everybody I've been friends with a long time. We've been friends for a while. It's just that I'm the freest of everybody right now. So that
Got it.
gets a little,
Yeah.
okay, well, I guess there's nobody to hang with this weekend if I really want to go dancing or something. So that's just kind of my issue. But other than that, it's pretty positive, really good group of people.
Great.
Yeah, I think I'm good with the friends I have, but I'm open to meeting new ones.
Great. And I'm sorry, Joy, I didn't see your hand raised. Go ahead. Joy's hand was up. Joy, is your hand up? Maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did. Yeah, I was like, "Ooh, wow, we're really into it." But I think my encouragement for everyone about friendship, like when I grew up in the South and stuff, my parents were very like Black Panther and very much had my sister and I integrate a lot of schools. So when I grew up, I really didn't have any friends outside of family. And so even going to college, it took me a while to learn how to, kind of let people in. And as an adult, I went through again, like 20s and 30s, I would not say I really had really good friends. I mean, people who I knew. I'm always a social kind of person. I know a lot of people, they know me, but we don't call each other friends. We just, associates. As I got older, I said, well, I would really like some friends. And so I started reading books about the science behind it. I mean, it takes about 50 hours of spending with a person to even think that they're even a casual friend. About almost like 200 hours with a person to say, okay, they're a close friend. So you have to kind of put yourself out there. And again, it's kind of like any kind of relationship. I mean, you have to work on it like you do on a relationship with a spouse or when you're dating or things like that. You have to look at friendship the same way. You have to say, okay, we have to go out. We have to be intentional about spending time with each other. We have to call each other. We have to text each other. We have to communicate with each other. Because if you don't, it's not going to work. And you have to give so much grace for a person. Like I heard people say, well, personality wise. I mean, yeah, everybody's a person. People aren't going to be perfect. You're not perfect either. So you have to say, okay, what's the 80-20 rule? 80% of the time, it should be great. 20% is not going to be great. But you deal with the 20 in order to keep the 80. Does that make sense? So I tell women, and like now over the last 10 years, I have some really, really good friends. And during the pandemic, I mean, we just held each other up. But I had to be intentional about calling. And I'm not a call text person, but I said, this person is. That's their love language. So I have to be intentional. I literally put it in my phone. Text this person and check on them. Call this person. Give 20 minutes to this person this week. It was that intentional. It wasn't just, they're automatically going to do that because they know they need that. And communicating what you need in the friendship, just like if you would in a relationship. You would tell him or her, hey, this is my love language. I expect this, and this. And in return, I will give you this, and this. Same thing in a friendship.
That is awesome. So ladies, we are almost out of time. We only do this for an hour. And I see your hand, Tracy. What I would like to do though is I put my email address in the chat. It's hello@friendshipmixers.com. And those of you that are not official members, I would like to invite you to come into our private platform so we can keep chatting with you. And you can see the rest of our events. So Faith, Tracy, Wilma, Sharon, and I think Michelle. I know Angela, Joy, and Beth are already official members. But for those of you that are not, send me an email so I can put you into our private platform. And there you can see all of our members from the different chapters, and you can see our events. You can open up a chat with anybody there. That's really how we communicate. I don't put everything on Meetup. I hardly remember to put stuff on Meetup because I have 6 meetups. So come into our private platform. I'm inviting you. And we're going to hear from Tracy since you had your hand up, and then we're going to close. Usually we do our one-on-one breakouts where you'll have 5 minutes with one of the other ladies here. We don't have time for that tonight. We do this part once a month, the virtual friendship topic. So our next one will be November 7th, I believe, whatever that first Monday is.
Can you give the email address again, please?
Yes, it's hello@friendshipmixers.com. Our website is friendshipmixers.com. And I put it in the chat so that you could see it there or copy and paste it. hello@friendshipmixers. Okay, Tracy. And then we'll close.
I just wanted to chime in with what a couple of ladies were saying. I was married for a very long time, and almost 30 years. So I've been divorced like 4 years. My sons are adults. So I've been living on my own for about 4 years or so. So I'm starting my life over again, right? And I've really been having like a hard time connecting with other women, right? Because by me being married for so long, his family was my family, so they were kind of, so I'm just like starting everything over again. And I'm feeling a little awkward, right? So, and I've had like my mom and other people say, well, don't take it personal. Somebody doesn't call you right away, whatever. And I'm like, they're like, okay, well, they have a life. And so I understand that, but I'm still having, I guess, some anxiety, right? For lack of a better word, right? So that's why I wanted to like get out and meet some different ladies and, chime in some of the different, meetups, just so that I can, I guess, kind of fill the void and feel more comfortable around other women, right? So I can definitely relate to what, most of the ladies are saying. Yeah.
And meetup is great. There's so many different activities and different meetups, but this group is great. It's so funny that two of you have mentioned divorce. We even have divorce care in this group, and that's where some of you have come from. I am divorced too, and I lead the divorce care at my church. So I invite Friendship Mixers ladies to come to that, and it has been very helpful. It's a 13-week class. It covers everything from dealing with finances when you're divorced or going through a divorce, forgiveness, parenting. I mean, whatever, everything that surrounds your divorce, it tries to cover. And we are on lesson 10. We meet on Saturdays for that. We're on lesson 10, so it's almost done. But we will start up again at the end of January with the new cycle. So again, email me so that I can put you guys into our group, and then you can even see information about the divorce care. All right. Thank you, ladies, so much. It was nice to meet you. We will continue this conversation inside our private group. Also, we'll be back next month, like I said. So put that on your calendar. If you're interested in the book club that Wilma mentioned, the Woman Code, that'll be next Monday, same time, 7 to 8. You have time to probably read one chapter. You can get it from the library if you don't want to purchase it.
And it's also on Audible. I just looked it up.
Awesome. I am loving Audible right now. I'm
I
doing
don't say
hashtag relationship goals for a
my eyes
class
are
that I'm
bad,
in.
but I will listen to a book.
Audible is great. Yeah.
Mhm.
In the car.
Yes.
All right. So thank you, ladies. Nice to meet you. Those of you that I didn't know before and met today for the first time. Wonderful meeting you, and hope to see you inside our private platform. Have a great rest of your week. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Good
Bye.
night. Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.